The $6,000 only for seniors aged 65 plus, and yes, this does also include Social Security beneficiaries who are again aged 65 and over. I want to offer some clarification and further explanation to this, as I have been receiving some questions down below in the comments section over the last couple weeks, and we've got a lot to talk about here in the video. Let's jump into the details. Now, first off, as we speak right here, right now, we are still within Medicare Annual Enrollment. If you are currently one of the 70 million people on Medicare, it is so incredibly important to get a free review with that phone number right there. As you can see, 100% free Medicare help right there with that phone number. You can call them and get a free review of your plan to make sure that you are properly covered and you are on the best plan for you and your personal situation going into the new year. Time is of the essence. We are right here, right now. This is not a very long window. It is only open for a few weeks, and I would highly encourage you, if you are on Medicare, just call 5, 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes of time talking to a real human right there, a real human, not an AI bot, not an automated system, a real, live, breathing, blinking human who will talk to you and they will help you as they will ask you a couple basic questions to understand your situation. They will look through their database of 20,000 plus plans across the country to find you your best plan for you and your personal situation, okay? It's going to be a one-on-one call between you and the person there. They're going to help you out completely 100% for free. If you have not done so, please make sure to call them, get a review. It is totally free. Literally every single person on Medicare needs to be doing that. It is so incredibly important. Also, if you happen to have a family member in your household, a spouse, a family member, somebody like that, also on Medicare, have them call as well. In fact, have them join the line with you when you call, and it'll be massively helpful for them as well. So anyway, thousands and thousands and thousands of you here in this community have already given them a call. I've given shout outs to hundreds of people so far in videos. So after you talk to them right there, completely for free, let me know how it goes. If you want to share, drop a comment down below on any video. Use the word chapter within your comment. That's the keyword I search for. And I'd love to give you a shout out and feature you in an upcoming video, just like so many people here on the channel that I've already done that for. All right, anyway, let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear about it. Okay. So let's talk about this $6,000. I continue to get comments down below and just want to clarify the details and the moving parts around this. Very, very important. Now, here's the interesting part about this. One of the common questions I've received, and again, this is not, across the board everybody, but this is one of them that I thought is kind of interesting that I want to throw out there really quickly. If you are 65 at all in the year of 2025, okay, at all, if your birthday is even December 31st of 2025, you are considered 65 for the entire year in the eyes of the government. That's good. Why? In order to be eligible for this $6,000 right here, right now in 2025, you need to be 65 for at least one day in 2025. That's it. You could have had a birthday on January 1st of 2025, turning 65, or you could be turning 65 again December 31st of 2025, and you would be eligible for this. Now, let's just say that you are 66, 67, 69, 70, 73, 75, 78, 82, 91, anywhere. If you are 65 or over, this applies to you, the $6,000, okay? So it's not just for people that are 65, it's literally 65 plus, anybody aged 65 and over. Does that make sense? Okay, hope that one clarifies that question for you. But yes, being 65 or over for just one single day in the year of 2025 makes you eligible. That's awesome, right? Okay, anyway, what is this whole thing? Well, it goes back to the big piece of legislation that we got signed into law over the summer. It was signed into law on the 4th of July by the president, and lawmakers had worked on it for months prior to that. The OBBB, that's what it is, okay? Anyway, this massive multi-trillion-dollar tax cut bill, it's within that, the $6,000. Now, let me explain the details of this $6,000 a little bit further. There's been a lot of talk out there that this is it, $6,000, and this eliminates taxation on Social Security. Therefore, this is going to put a whole lot more money in the pockets of seniors on Social Security. The simple answer is, yeah, and kind of no at the same time, okay? Let me clarify really quickly. No, this does not eliminate taxation on Social Security, but rather what it does is it gives beneficiaries, well, let me take that back. It gives seniors, okay, not just strictly beneficiaries, it gives seniors who are aged 65 and over for at least one day, again in 2025, the option to take an additional $6,000 deduction per person on your federal tax return, okay? I'm going to explain more about this here in just a second. But here's the deal. If you are an individual, $6,000. A married couple, $12,000. $6,000 per person, okay? Now, this is above and beyond your standard deduction on your federal tax return. Amazing, right? The federal standard deduction right now, it's about $15,000, okay? $15,000 for 2025. Okay, that means for an individual, $15,000 standard deduction plus an extra $6,000 deduction, that's $21,000 per person. If you're a married couple, you're talking $42,000. The first 42 grand of your income, no taxes, nada, none. Why? Because in the eyes of the government, when you take your deductions, your income is basically zero at that point, right? On your federal tax return, which, by the way, quick disclaimer, nope, this is not tax advice. This is not accounting advice. This is not legal professional advice in any way, shape, or form. I'm not your accountant. I'm not your CPA. Please talk to your own professional. This is general information here in this video, okay? I got to throw out that disclaimer, okay? Anyway, you understand. I just want to throw that out there super fast so there's no misunderstanding about this. But anyway, it's an extra deduction that is available on the federal tax return only for seniors aged 65 and over. And again, I know I've said that like 17 times so far in this video. I just really want to emphasize who this is all about, okay? Now, I also want to clarify this. I've had a number of people reaching out saying, so wait, when am I going to get the $6,000 check? It's not a check. It's not a check at all. It's not a check. It's a deduction. Big difference between a check and a deduction. But this is a deduction. In other words, what it does, for those individuals that are filing tax returns, which is, again, is a huge percentage of seniors, not everybody, I totally understand that. More on that in just a second, by the way. But I totally understand. A lot of seniors don't file tax returns, but at the same time, a lot of seniors do file tax returns. If you're filing a tax return, this is going to be gold for you for the next 4 years. Basically 2025, 2026, 2027, and 2028. That's it. You get 4 years and then it's over. It's gone. This $6,000 deduction is gone after 2028, okay? So enjoy it while here, because after 2028, you're going to get hammered with taxes again, okay? Just saying. All right, anyway, so I want to point that out really fast. Now, other details you need to understand about this. There are income thresholds on this. In other words, your income needs to be below certain thresholds as an individual or a married couple in order to be eligible for the full $6,000 as an individual or $12,000 as a married couple. There is a phase out over these thresholds, but I'll break those down for you right now. An individual earning under $75,000, individual, 75 grand or less, you can take the entire $6,000 deduction. That's amazing. So think of it this way. An individual earning 75 grand, okay, you got $75,000 of income that would show up on your federal tax return. You take your standard deduction, call it $15,000. Now your income is 60 grand, right? 75 minus 15 is 60, right? Now you got the extra $6,000 deduction, okay? Now you're down at $54,000, okay? That's not taking into consideration any other deductions you may have, okay? But you're talking about 54 grand. You've just reduced your income by $21,000 right off the top. Amazing. Absolutely amazing right there, okay? Now, that's an individual. A married couple, $150,000 of combined income or less is the maximum. It phases out over that threshold. But if your income as a married couple is $150,000 or less, you can take the entire, as a married couple, $12,000 deduction, okay? Now think of it this way. Let me use the same example for you that I just laid out for an individual. Married couple, 150 grand of income. You take your standard deductions, 15 grand a piece, $30,000. Now your income goes from 150 down to 120. Now you got the extra $6,000 a piece. That's an extra $12,000. Now your income drops by another 12 grand, down to $108,000. Amazing, right? You've literally just wiped $42,000 off the board, and the federal government is not going to tax that. That's incredible, right? That's exciting for seniors. I mean, seriously, realistically, that is exciting business right there. That's a lot of money that you're not paying taxes on. That means more money in your pocket or in your bank account, or maybe not. Okay. Okay. So anyway, that's the situation there. Now, here's the confusing part. There's been all these headlines out there saying this is the elimination of taxation on Social Security. And I come back and say, no, it's not. This is not the elimination of taxation on Social Security, but rather what it does is, in exchange for no more taxes on Social Security, they gave this $6,000 deduction as a way to say, hey, seniors, sorry, we can't eliminate taxation on Social Security, but what we will do is we can give you a $6,000 temporary deduction for the next 4 years to eliminate your federal tax liability, or at least reduce your federal tax liability, and there you go. It's on us. For the next 4 years, you get an extra $6,000 deduction per person on your federal tax return to reduce your liability to the federal government. That's awesome, okay? So it is temporary, like I said, for only 4 years. Enjoy it while it lasts, okay? Anyway, that's what this is all about. Now, can you take advantage of this right here, right now? Well, depends on when you're watching this video. If you're watching this video right now in the fourth quarter of 2025, the answer is no. You can't do anything about it right now. But if you happen to be watching this video, say in January, February, March, April, whatever, sometime in 2026, then the answer is yes, you can take advantage of this. Why? Well, because it's when you file your 2025 tax return is when you will take this $6,000 deduction, provided you're eligible. And obviously, once you talk to your accountant, your CPA, your professional, the person that handles your tax returns, and maybe that happens to be you, okay? All my point is, it's not me, okay? It's not me. I don't handle your tax return. That's somebody else. My point being is that when you're in 2026 and you're going to file your 2025 tax return, then yes, you could take that, provided you're eligible, okay? But right now in 2025, as I film this video in the fourth quarter of 2025, then the answer is no, not quite yet, but in the next couple months, yes, for sure. Then you can start taking advantage of this, okay? So this will certainly get more money into the pockets of seniors through higher deductions available and bigger refunds from the federal government for those individuals that have paid in and looking at a refund. Your refund is likely going to be bigger for that individual, right? Okay, now I alluded to this a couple minutes ago. I apologize it's taken me so long to get to it, but I'm going to throw this out there. What about seniors that do not file a tax return because their income is low enough where they may not need to file a tax return, or they may strictly be living on Social Security benefit? What about these individuals? Okay, I'm just going to give it to you super straight to the point here, and just be right to the point. Okay, anyway, I wanted to say that differently, but I guess that's just how I'm going to say it, okay? Anyway, it has no impact whatsoever. It's not going to do anything for you. Just being fair with you, okay? Maybe that sounds harsh. Maybe that sounds like me being mean. Sorry, not trying to be mean here, not trying to be harsh. I'm just being honest with you. It's going to have no impact whatsoever. For the seniors that do not file a tax return, this will have no consequence, no benefit, no gain, but also no harm, no foul, none of that either. It's just going to have nothing. It'll have no impact whatsoever for seniors that do not file a tax return at all. Does that kind of make sense? Okay, so I hope that helps, but I want to throw this out there as well. If you're not filing a tax return anyway, that tells me that your income is low enough that you don't pay taxes anyway. So this whole $6,000 deduction is to reduce somebody's federal tax liability. If somebody's income is so low that they do not file a tax return, you're not paying taxes anyway. So, like, it wouldn't have any impact for you. Does that kind of make sense? And again, I'm not trying to be mean or harsh. I'm just laying out everything here in this video to say this is the detail behind this. Does that make sense? Right? All right, anyway, hope this helps you. Again, if you have not done so, if you're one of the 70 million people on Medicare, you have limited time here. Please take action. It is so incredibly important. You've got that phone number right there. Free Medicare help. You can see it right there. Free Medicare help. It's 100% for free. Call them. It's going to be a real live human. They're going to talk to you. They're going to ask you some questions to understand your situation. And they will look through their database of 20,000 plans across the country to find you the best plan for you and your personal situation. Take advantage of that. It's free. Time is limited. The window will be slamming shut sooner than later. It's not going to last all that long. That annual enrollment is open. You can go in and out of plans, and bring your wish list, bring your list of questions, and they will find you the best plan so you can see the doctors you want, the providers you want to see, the networks you want to be within, the offices, the clinics you want to visit, the hospital systems you want access to, the prescription coverages if you need any at all. They're going to find all of it, and they're going to ask for your preferences and what you want in a plan, and they're going to find all of that for you completely, 100% free. My favorite four-letter word, free. I love it. It's my favorite word in the whole world, and it's sitting right there next to me. Free. I love it. I love free. All right, anyway, if you're on Medicare, do yourself a huge favor. Just get a review. 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of your time asking some questions, having them ask you some questions will have you better understand if you're on the best plan and where you're currently at. Time is of the essence. Take advantage of it. After you do, drop a comment down below on any video. Use the word chapter within your comment. Let me know how it goes. How much money did you save? And I'd love to give you a shout out in a future video and feature you like I have so many other people here in the community over the last several months. All right, anyway. Please subscribe if you're new here. Big subscribe button down below. Please share the video. Big share button right down below. Please share that phone number with your friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, coworkers, parents, neighbors down the street, neighbors down the hall, your social media, anybody you know on Medicare. Please do them a huge favor. Share that phone number with them so they can get some free, unbiased help, and they will be very happy that they did. And you'll also be very happy as well because you'll be a good friend, family member, acquaintance, sibling, whoever it happens to be, and they will really appreciate that from you. All right, anyway, check out the other 6,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand-selected for you down below in the description or at the top of the comment section. I put some popular videos for you there. Check those out. Until next time, enjoy, take care, and I hope to see you again soon in the next video.